You're 3 years into your relationship. Then Indiyah was spotted kissing inside UK star Marlon Garcia.
When these videos come out, all of my friends, all on their phones, and I have to listen to everybody's phone ping at the same time. What was such a beautiful relationship to now this is how it ends?
After all the speculation, Dami finally speaks. He goes onto the We Need to Talk podcast and he addresses everything. The things the UK said about him, how it affected his past relationship with his ex's family, his ex cheating on him, and dealing with all of this whilst mourning his father, who he cherished so much. During this process, Dami had been relatively vague about what had happened, about how he was feeling about this. So this was an opportunity to hear his thoughts, to hear the facts. Let me give you guys some context. So on the 31st of December 2025, Dami posts this on Instagram. It was a bunch of photos, and in it, not one picture was seen between him and his ex, Indiyah, and they were a very well-known couple in the UK. So many people in the UK started speculating because in the caption of those photos, it said, "Not everything ends clean, but it ends clear." People in the UK immediately had so much negative things to say towards Dami. They said they were glad that Indiyah was free, that they did not like him at all for her. All of the blame was shifting towards Dami until a well-known UK content creator called Bouncer uses his typical catchphrase, "I'm giving you two 24 hours. People in the UK were confused because this wasn't the usual content that Bouncer covered. So people in the UK were like, who are you to give this couple 24 hours? Let them handle this privately. But what the UK didn't know was that Bouncer had received a video, solid evidence that Indiyah had cheated on Dami. No one in the UK wanted to believe it, but Bouncer openly comes out and says it. Indiyah cheated on Dami with Marlon. And people wondered, how did these two even connect? It turned out that the two of them were on a reality TV show called Inside. They all went out for a dinner after, and Indiyah cheated on Dami with Marlon. People in the UK said Bouncer is a liar. Then the footage came out, and it had also been sent to Dami. People still refused to believe it. They said that maybe they were separated before. They can't believe that she would do that in public. They made negative comments about Dami's fashion sense. They said maybe Indiyah had enough of all of the different outfits that he had been wearing. Some footage came out of a content creator called Alhan, basically saying that whilst they were on the TV show together, Inside, Alhan said to Indiyah, he feels like Dami's not the right fit for her. And Alhan said that Indiyah said her and Dami weren't together anymore. So people ran with this. They said that Indiyah was single anyway. She never cheated on Dami. I had made a video about this and I took it down until it was announced. Dami was going on the We Need to Talk podcast, and the thumbnail was alluding to the fact that Indiyah cheated on Dami. In this interview, Dami goes into depth. He spoke about how, because of the different outfits that he had worn and how he expressed himself fashion-wise, people in the UK made so much negative comments about him. He had felt that Indiyah's family started treating him very differently. And one thing you could see in the interview, he was relatively calm and very joyful. But the moment you brought up Indiyah, you would see a change. Dami spoke about the night in question, where she had kissed Marlon. The interviewer asked, were you two together? And Dami said they were very much together. In fact, that particular night was very, very strange for him, because the two usually had some boundaries in place, where if she was out with her friends, she would text Dami and keep him updated. But for the first time ever, he didn't hear from her till when she texted him about going into the restaurant until the next morning in the afternoon. And he had so many questions about that night because it was very unlike her. And she finally told him about the kiss, but still a lot of details just didn't make sense. And their relationship ended. During this time, the public did not know that Indiyah and Dami had split. And during this time, Indiyah would open up about her mental health on her Snapchat story. And people would be sending negative messages to Dami, basically saying he wasn't supporting Indiyah, but they weren't together. Dami would even still have to show up to her birthday whilst they wasn't even together. Then he made the post on Instagram that alluded to the fact that they weren't together. People in the UK blamed him. The previous year of 2024, Dami had lost his father. Dami was still mourning this loss. having to deal with all of the people in the UK that had negative things to say about him. Then when he was cheated on, people still doubted that he was cheated on. They said that Indiyah was free of him. They said they did not like him for her at all. And Indiyah's response to this? Well, she apologized. She stayed booked and busy. She made slight references about Dami, basically saying she wanted jollof rice, a Nigerian dish, and she would ask Dami, but it was all too soon. She made a TikTok lip-syncing lyrics that had negative things to say about the last person they was with. And people had a lot to say about the song choice, saying that it wasn't even trending. This was a choice song. So the UK are split. India's audience are defending her actions, whilst many other people are feeling sorry for Dami, especially after going to talk on this podcast. This was an amazing sit down, and it really made me feel for Dami because he still wishes Indiyah the best and has stayed relatively positive and doesn't encourage any negativity being thrown towards her. Dami just wants to move forward and he wants to heal, but he just needed to get the facts out there. Dami, I would just like to say rest in peace to your father. He would be very proud of the mature young man that you've turned out to be. You've handled this situation with grace and maturity. So a massive shout out to you.